What's good, YouTube? Have a new video for y'all. I'm wanting to start doing like music reviews. I'm a lover of music, good music, especially. I stay more in the realm of hip hop, R&B, rap, pop sometimes, things of that nature. But I wanted to do a music review kind of videos because I just love listening to music and decided to start with, especially because we needed views for All the Dogs, Drake's 8th studio album. And this is why I got my dog sitting on my lap, because we're doing it for all the dogs. So please like and subscribe, comment down below anything you want to say about the album or what you personally feel. If you disagree with me, if you agree with me, if you think I should shut the hell up, which I probably won't, or even if you got some albums I should listen to or try out, I'm always down, especially if they are good. I'm always down to listen and expand the palette. But let's get into it for All the Dogs. It's his 8th studio album. He has people like the likes of J. Cole, Lil Yachty, Sexyy Red, SZA, Yeat, his man Crush 21 Savage, etc., etc. They're on the album. It's 23 songs on the album, so I would say more of a lengthy album. I usually believe, to me, 12 is the magic number. Not too much, not too little, but it's 23 songs, and I'm gonna get right into it. Not gonna hold y'all for long. I personally think the album is mid. It's been a lot of reviews of people of late. I've seen it on Twitter, review websites, etc. They're calling it Drake's worst studio album. I do not think it's his worst. I really don't. I believe it's better than like More Life, Scorpion, CLB. I think that it's way better than those albums. It's not his best, obviously. His older works are leagues above this album, way above this album. And you know, I really do expect more from the creme de la creme. This is Drake, but Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, they're top of the line artists, so I expect top of the line work. And I really felt as if he was making an album just because of what's working in music, and not like, okay, this is what I want to do, this is my artistry, putting it on full display, you know, giving us the Drake that we want. And I believe especially too, because the album was promoted and supposed to be looked at as like, this is Drake coming back to top of the form, to the rap, not, you know, the gimmicky kind of music, not just the music that works. This is Drake rapping, spitting, wheelchair Jimmy is back. It's not that. It's not that to me at all. It's a lot of songs that I believe should have been just left off the album. There's a lot of people that I believe should have just been left off the album. And I do believe that if this album was condensed more, maybe 12 to 16, around there, I believe it would be looked at and rated a lot higher than it was. There's a lot of songs on this album to me that just doesn't work and shouldn't been on. And it's been a lot of controversy as of late, going back and forth with Drake and, you know, different people on the net. I.e., for example, everybody has seen with Joe Budden. And I do listen to Joe Budden podcasts. I like to listen to a lot of different people's podcasts. I just like hearing people's perspective, and being that I have my own channel, you know, I'm always looking to steal ideas. I mean, be inspired, looking to be inspired by people. So, you know, I've been following behind it, and it's really just a mess. And I believe the mess and controversy and chaos that is around the album kind of dictates the album. Like, what's going on, it not being up to par, it kind of shows with all the issues and problems that's going around, especially now. A lot, him writing a paragraph on Instagram or Twitter, wherever, to respond back to not J. Cole, but respond back to what Joe Budden said. And I don't even disagree with a lot of what Joe Budden said. As far as that album, it is mediocre to me. I won't tell them to stop messing with 25-year-olds. I think that's a little weird, but I do feel like the music is more targeted towards a younger crowd, and I expected a lot different from Drake. I would say I would believe that even a lot of his like older albums are classics, and it seemed to be more of a older crowd that was targeted, not too old but not too young. It's almost like the especially too nowadays, that blur that line between streaming and gaming and music and basketball players and rappers and on streams is pretty much non-existent. Like they're all in the same group nowadays, which is crazy to me, being a gamer myself, where you would never think that this melting pot of different groups of people would be coming together. That seems to be the demographic that this is kind of targeted to, that young group. And I don't think Drake had to do that. I don't think he needed to target that kind of group. I believe that with all his experience, his wealth now, he's in a different stratosphere, and it could have been a lot of different talks and conversations, masterpieces and wordplay that he could have just used in the album. The album is very young, and what works, I guess. The album will be played in like clubs. There's some bops on there. There's some tracks that will be played in the club, and things like that. And if he felt as if it's his best piece of work, then I mean, he should have just stood on business and just left it at that. With him going back and forth with a lot of people in the media, Birdman taking up for him in, just comment sections and on Instagram and Twitter, it's kind of weird. And like I said, if the album was what it should have been, I don't even think we would have had all of these problems and issues with it. Could have been better. I say if you're a fan of Drake, take a listen and take the album with a grain of salt. It's 6 maybe songs on the album that you like, 7 songs on the album that you like. 7 out of 23 to me isn't a lot, but like I said, I don't think it's his worst. I do believe the albums like Scorpion are worse. That's going to be the review of the album. Was really looking for it to be a lot better than it was. Drake's deciding to take some time off from hearing from music, maybe for the better, for his health, maybe whatever health-wise, if it's anything health-wise that he's going through, was the reason why the album wasn't up to the standard that we thought it would be. Like I said, I don't think it's his worst. Come on now. I think a lot of people are like view baiting, which I will probably try to do for this video also, just to get the views out there. I think a lot of people are, trying to use shock value to get people just to see their content or see their report. I don't think it's his worst, but it's really not his best. And I personally, especially if I do start like music reviews as a series, I'm going to be brutally honest, or try to be honest, or as honest as I possibly could be with the music. This could have been done better. This could have been a lot better. And like I really thought we was gonna get the boy. It's gonna be my review. That's all I got to say. Short and sweet. Hope y'all have a blessed day wherever you at, whatever time of day it is for you. We out of here.